for me, it's just too time consuming putting on that facade and putting on that suit and acting clownish. Like you putting on the whole suit because like at some point it's gonna show. At some point it's gonna show. And even with me, like you pointed something out, like I be doing content like on people that's supposed to be the ops. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a problem with it because like I am me, you know, I'm a known person, you know, people know what time I'm on. Like I tell people, you know, I'm pressing peace first and foremost, but that don't mean that I'm trying to peace treat or I'm trying to kiss ass or anything because I'm going to protect my sovereignty. Like if you come at me, you on that rah-rah, then that's what we going to get to. But other than that, like, man, I'm just trying to get some money, shit, and travel when I can travel and live life. I ain't, like, I already did the street shit. Like, I shouldn't do nothing for me, but, you know what I'm saying, put me inside a bathroom with a bunk bed. So shit, I walk the yard and all that. That shit ain't fun. That shit whack.
That's a little bit of a different thing with you though, is that you kind of seen it all, done it all at this point. How old are you?
I'm about to be 35.
35, like, you know, you're far away from your hothead days when you're a kid where you really want to prove yourself and everything you're doing is to kind of like get a reputation and shit. By the time you make it to your mid 30s, 40s, etc., you know, if you've got any sense, you probably kind of moved on past that, especially having really been locked up and haven't done all the shit that you've done.
For sure. Then I started young too, so just like the shit I was doing, like when I started 11, 12, like the average 11, 12-year-olds wasn't doing what I was doing. And the people I was running with was 5 and 10 years older than me. So I like really started like at a young age, like for real, like my peers, they had started gangbanging 3, 4 years down the line and stuff like that. So just like, yeah, that shit get tiresome after a while. And I just feel like the people who my age, if you really been in the streets, like you say you've been and you've been through them stoops going through jail, like if you trying to keep up the same shit you was doing as a teenager, like you got a loser mentality. Like for sure. Like if you don't want no money, if you don't like women, if you want to be stuck in that jail cell politicking on the yard about a TV, remotes, tables and shit like that, like, man, you the weakest link, man. Like that shit don't feel good.
But, okay, I'm gonna hit you with like a quote I saw the other day. Somebody said that, you know, if you get famous at a young age, that quite often you get your personality kind of frozen in time with who you were at that time. Because if you pop off as a young, crazy rapper at 18 years old, realistically, that's what people want to see from you going forward. So it makes sense that you're just going to kind of fall in line with that persona. Whereas to a person who's not famous, not well known, they keep growing or changing as people. Their identity doesn't really get sealed the way that if you have success at a young age does. And even in the gang shit in the street world or whatever, you might not be like world famous, but if you get a reputation for being willing to do this and that when you're 19, it's like you don't, you know, a lot of times you run into a dude who's 45 and that's kind of what you're thinking in your head is like, damn, this dude is still burnt out. Like he's acting like a 19-year-old because he got a real reputation at a certain point for being a certain type of person. And it's hard for dudes to kind of graduate past that.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where I feel like with that, like as a human being, like as a person, as you living this rite of passage, like at some point in time, you gotta become comfortable in your skin. Like I got a cold reputation. Like this my little brother right here, my blood little brother. This my little bro. He from West LA. He from my hood. My blood little brother, same mama, same daddy. NBA. That's the one that Brick Baby was speaking about that time. You know what I'm saying? When you was up here with Big Deal Meat. Okay. He was speaking my name. He said my other name was NBA.
Right.
This is my homie Baby Krim. Like they can tell you a lot. Like a lot of people can tell you a lot. Like a lot of people be surprised at how calm I am now in the transition I made because a lot of people never seen it. Like I was that person that you seen, and when you see me out of jail, like, hey man, how long you gonna stay out this time? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because like I was on that, like, and I was putting my gang first. I was putting my gang before myself, like for real. So it's just like a lot of people got certain expectations of me, but like I already did that. Like what your expectations like don't hold no weight. Like, you know what I'm saying, in my household, like, cause it's like I can't be that person no more. Like, you know, I already did that. You know what I'm saying? I did it at the top of his class and I seen what it bring. You know, you don't get no pay for that shit. You got to make your own pay. And then once you start having kids and shit like that, like you got to evolve. Like, cause now you got kids that come into play and they didn't actually be here. So now you got to give some responsibility to them. So just like for me, like I juggle fatherhood, I juggle my personal happiness, and like a small increment of the streets. And I'm gonna say the streets because like I be in my community, and just me being over there, anything can happen. Just you being over there. So it's just like I just feel like at a certain point of age, if you still worried about like how somebody look at you, again, like you dumb, like you the weakest link. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't be the same YA that you expect or that was doing all this shit when I was a teenager.
Right.
I'd be sitting down with a life sentence like a lot of my other homies.
But at the same time, like, do you still relate to that mentality of being a young dude and feeling like you gotta pop your gun and you gotta be willing to fight a bunch of people or whatever? Because as a young dude, you're kind of a blank slate until you get to a position where people have understanding or knowledge about you. And that's why so many people, especially in this environment, want to be affiliated with a gang and shit, is because when you're just an individual, you feel powerless, you feel like you're at risk, you feel like, you know, you don't have anybody looking out for you, and then you become part of a hood. All of a sudden, I'm sure people just start treating you way different, especially outside of your community, where people know that if they you up, that they basically are going to have to deal with a whole shitload of other people that are going to have issues with them. It's like a real safety mechanism for a young dude. By the time you're 35, most people feel like, shit, I'm kind of solidified. I know how to move around. I know how to stay out of problems, etc. But when you're a young dude, it's just such a survival instinct thing.
Yeah, you absolutely right. But as well, that subject, right, I'm going to say this. So, like, back when I was coming up and probably the times before me, the dynamic of Los Angeles and gangbanging is different from the day and age now. You saying you got to understand now, you filtering in social media, you filtering in YouTube, you filtering in Instagram. This shit is like the new TV. To back when I was coming up, like phones was just coming out. You probably had a Chirp, Motorola, two-way pager, shit like that. Wasn't too many people on the net. It was just like AOL and shit like that.
Yeah.
So back then, people was like really in the streets. Like you can even like check the crime rate. Like the crime rate from the early 2000s, mid 2000s to now, the crime rate in gangbanging is different. So like for the young dudes, like, yeah, I understand it because I was there at one point in time. You got to be young and stuff. You trying to get your stripes. But a lot of this stuff is net social based. Like a joint is somebody who's going on the internet, flagging his hood, smoking, pouring up drink, dissing his enemies and stuff like that. They really not going out there getting it out the mud or like shooting at each other. Or if it do, like you gotta like, man, the stuff that they allow today would have never happened when I was coming up. So that's be like another reason why I'll be like kind of like with certain shit, an aspect of gangbanging. I don't understand for the life of me how these dudes, every time they catch one of their ops, they turn the camera on. And then get mad when you put this shit on YouTube because you got a channel and it do numbers. But it's like, why the hell, like if I caught an op slipping, and back then even we had like, even at, like before I went to jail on my indictment, like I was a young dude, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Porsches, I'm in Benzes, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking trips out of town, coming back with hundreds of thousands and stuff like that from off my indictment. And I was still in the streets, like, you know what I'm saying? Doing everything imaginable. So it's just like, man, I'm just seeing like the dynamics, like it's different now. Okay, so what I was saying back then, I would never have pulled out my phone because back then, 10 years ago, phones recording. I'm not about to pull out my phone doing nothing I ain't got no business doing. I'm not about to pull out my phone, probably beat nobody up.
Imagine pulling out like a big ass video camera to film a fight. You're gonna look like a news reporter. Like it just seems so crazy. Whereas now, like even I think about when Crip Mac got DP'd and somebody just kind of like sneakily like pulled their phone out and was filming that shit. You know, it's like but like that. Think about that. The incentive to break the rules just to get that content was so strong that somebody couldn't help themselves.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. So now like that. So I just like, so for me, like, I almost want to say gangbanging is dead as far as the dynamics of that street shit. Because like, this is what I asked my homies, this is what I asked the young homies. See, when I was coming up, all the stuff that I was doing, my older homies was preaching to me like, hey, this how you do it. This what you supposed to do. This to get down. So, you know, I took that and I ran with it. I done had nobody like preaching no positive shit to me. So when you got like a real reputable dude and he really don't even talk like that and he taking his time out to preach some positive shit to you and you know he got the credentials, like, man, all that fake ass rah-rah shit, man, like be you. Now if a person disrespects you, like, yeah, without no question, handle your business. But like all the goofy internet stuff, I just don't be with that, and I ain't for that. And I just don't just be with the elimination of like, shit, my folks, like my people, like for real, like that shit is stupid. Like all the shit that anybody had done in the streets to acquire the reputation and make you reputable, all that shit was stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like on the basis of eliminating, you know what I'm saying, other blacks. But you know, that's what it was. That's what was taught to us. You know, that was survival for us, because if we didn't do it, they was gonna try to do it to us. But once you start living and you start understanding and you going through certain struggles and obstacles yourself, you start reading, you educate yourself, and you start understand like a lot of you was doing like a lot of bonehead shit and a lot of shit. And I be on my OGs, I be on my older homies like right now to this day, like about certain shit, because like certain shit I lived, y'all preached to me, certain shit I lived that y'all didn't live. And you know, for the people who did, like a lot of shit was poison. But you know, I did get some righteous out of it, but you know, it was preached to them by the people that came before them. So it's just like, you got to get out here and learn for yourself.
Okay, so you just saw the clip, but did you know that you can watch this entire interview right now before it's released to the public, uncensored, by becoming a member for just $5 a month? And there's a lot of other crazy benefits as well. So make sure you hit the link down in the description and sign up. Appreciate y'all.